All right, all right.
Oh, another episode of Footy Brews. How's it going,
Hey,
mate?
yeah, doing well, doing well. How are you? I mean, as well as I could be, to be honest.
Yes, yes. So I guess today we're gonna do the big question was what we thought about the game, our post review of it. So as you're a
Just,
Barca fan and me as I don't know what
yeah,
this
we're
might be,
talking about
but
El Clasico.
El
We're talking about
Classico.
El Clasico. Those who don't know, the big game today. Yeah, unfortunate circumstances, terrible conditions. So yeah, we'll jump right into it. What did you think, Sasha?
So for me personally, Zidane once again showed his masterclass performance in the way he set up the team. We all thought he was going to set up the team with Asensio, Valverde. I can't say his name, but having him on the pitch, I was expecting Asensio. I was expecting a kind of a similar squad against Liverpool. He just having Valverde creating that first goal and just the way he played his subs and the way he played his game, playing Marcelo and bringing them all over after. In my opinion, Zidane was the big factor.
Zidane had the tactics on point, that's for sure. Definitely had a lot of issues with all that. In terms of Barcelona's backline, it was clear that there was a lot of holes. Vinicius Jr. Was abusing our backline. They kept getting in behind. Benzema had a beautiful goal, so that really came into play. The really unfortunate part from that in my opinion kind of ruined the El Clasico was just the weather conditions, just how pouring it was. You could see Messi shivering near the end. He had to switch shirts. Yeah, I wish we could have seen more free flowing football. Instead, it was a lot of just messiness. I don't know. Sorry for the
or Messi-less. Ah.
no, no,
Messi-less.
man. He was there. He did what he could. You know what? It wasn't his best performance, but in the given conditions, it was tough to really do what he always does, right? He did play a couple, decisive passes. The goal started from a ball from him to Jordi Alba. That was always going to happen. But yeah, there's something missing from my perspective. Obviously, I'm biased towards Barcelona. It was a little bit hard to watch. But you know what? Credits to Zidane. Zidane really, you could tell who's the better coach. He was devoted to be in the rain. He's just taking all this water into face and just like we're
Seven
using.
towels. He went for apparently like 7 towels to clean his head.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Ronald Koeman didn't want to wet his hair, so we could see who was really devoted to the team.
I,
Yeah, a little bit disappointed from my perspective.
for
I
my
was hoping more. Yeah,
for me, that would be one of the biggest shockers for me of how Coleman set up his team is Ronald. What's his last name? The center back, Ronald Arejo.
Araujo, yeah.
Why do you change the system that's been working for you guys for the last like 6 games of having De Jong in the back, and you play a three in the back, and then you go put Ronald Arejo, who has been out for a while, and you go and throw him into one of the biggest games of this.
Yeah.
Barely has that many games, hasn't played one full game yet. You go and start him, change up the system with De Jong, where it's obviously been working for you guys, and then he goes and changes that whole system. He plays a very weird game to me in the sense that first half, and then after he switched second half, he changed to a 3-4-3. But the very get-go, why do you change to what's been working for you? Like you don't. You literally
the same system. And even the front three, we had Pedri, Messi, and Dembele, and it just felt. I mean, Pedri clearly didn't have a great game. This was one of his worst performances, but we can't put too much blame on him. He's still just a kid.
Yeah. Sure.
But still, it was clear that Real Madrid had the upper hand in the first half and were much more dominant.
For sure.
Barcelona could sometimes get out of their half and create something, but they did not look as dangerous as Real Madrid. And just from the first goal, you could see it's Jordi Alba that starts the first mistake and doesn't go in for a proper tackle.
Yeah.
Just
typical
Barcelona issues,
For sure. And that was, to me, Federico. I love how he just recognizes when to attack space. The way he just he runs. He's a very underrated player in my opinion for the Madridistas team, and Madridistas do like him, but outside of Madrid, not many people know of him and the type of work he played. And I think he did like perfectly his job. He like attacked the space perfectly when he was going up the wing. He's very defensive too, so help out and cover the back. The defense on Real Madrid was
he does have some dirtiness to his game. That's very true. That's and again, I think it's another one of these, El Clasicos where Madrid wanted it more. I don't think you couldn't tell that, Barcelona's players really wanted it. Again, maybe it's the conditions, like they it seems just awful just to be out there, and clearly their head wasn't in it. But at one point where Braithwaite was touched in the box, I'm not going to say tackled because I think he went down very easy. You could see, the Barcelona players start to have the fire back and start to actually want to, to win the game and protest and fight for the ball again. But before that moment, that was at the very end of the game. It wasn't looking like, we were not threatening at all.
For sure. I completely agree. And minus, other than that nice corner by Messi that hit the crossbar, I think that was...
Oh my God, that would have been a golazo and a half.
That would have been nasty. I didn't expect it. I was like, what the hell just happened? And the ball hit the corner. He took it so quick.
Unbelievable. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. But and then the crossbar at the very end, and then Ter Stegen fully missing the shot, hitting Trincao.
I know, that was
parody of theirs.
I honestly, and the funny thing is, so what did we both call? I called it 2-2. I was so close to calling that right. 2-2. I was like, crossbar at the end. I was like, yo, I got it. I was like, I called it right.
Yeah, you would have. I called the Benzema goal in the beginning.
We did. We called
I got the... Yeah. And then when Cruz scored, that was just so unfortunate. Just the ricochets.
Those are the worst.
Yeah, it's just a little bit heartbreaking. Jordi Alba even read it, but then didn't commit to the full header clearance.
That's typical defending. You don't turn your back like that. Like, take it. Like, hit it in your chest or something. Completely
mistake. No, exactly. And Ter Stegen had it covered. Just like either you don't touch it or you properly clear it, but you don't do half and half. It's just only gonna result in one thing, and it's not gonna be good. So
for sure,
that's what it was. We had one okay contribution goal that kind of put the tempo back in our favor, but it wasn't enough. We didn't see enough Messi magic. Messi did lose the ball a lot, like many times.
6 times, yeah.
Was that?
Yeah, he lost 6 times.
6 times. Okay, you were counting. I wasn't counting, but
I checked the stats.
but no, I can't. We can't even put too much blame on him because it was just the weather conditions for his style of play hurt him a lot. So he did what he could. He did send a lot of balls in. There's a lot of headers that could have went in that were just very poor. Just chances not taken. But overall, Real Madrid wanted it more and got the deserved win.
For sure. And honestly, to be fair on Madrid, if it wasn't for Vinny's poor decision making in the final third, you guys would have been at least 2 more goals down. Vinny had...
Oh my God, yeah. They could have easily won that game. How many posts did they hit? Araujo, blocking one try. They also hit the post and out. Yeah. Like you said, Vinicius Jr., just take the shot there, right? You don't score that ball.
He's so unselfish now. You know what? You admire it, but sometimes
it's not even unselfish. It's just he's not smart. He's not that player yet. He's still young, but
100%. He's known for doing that, right? Doing everything right and coming to the final third, and that last pass he's supposed to make or that shot he's supposed to take, and he's becoming a real threat. And you know what? It reminded me how Zidane played against you guys. He must have watched how Barca lost to PSG, because the way he was playing those long balls to Vinny.
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like watching that game. You're absolutely right, Sasha. It's just we were under siege from those fast, quick wingers, and they just came in from behind us, and our high line is just not working.
It's not. You don't have pace. You know who very did impress me on Barca is your goal scorer, Oscar. He actually played he played well. He played well. He was probably, out of all your defenders, he's the only one that kept you guys in the game. How many times did he block that Marcelo in the very last second? That clinical.
Yeah,
He was
critical
good.
stuff.
He was good. And my opinion, though, yeah, like I said, I think we both agree. Zidane got it right. It comes into play the factor that 5 substitutions he made, and people were saying, "Do you think it's because he was getting ready for the Liverpool game that he took off Benzema, he took off Cruz, he took off? I forgot who else he took off. He took off like part of the starting players of the team." And a lot of people are saying because maybe he's resting it for a Liverpool game. But I think that Marcelo adding him as a left mid, which Marcelo plays as left back, was so smart in the sense that he played 2 natural left backs, the one as a left mid, to have that kind of support at the final 15 minutes of the game, to give him like a player that can move forward, but also is very good at defending on that side. And unbelievable to me how he played that.
No, you could see the impact he made as soon as he came on. So yeah, now we're left off, Real Madrid 66 points, top of the table, tied with Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona 65 points. I think it's 8 games to go till the end of La Liga, so it's going to be a race. It's still not over. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. It's kind of out of Barcelona's hands now. We just have to rely on, keep winning and Real Madrid and Atletico dropping points. So it's going to be tough.
For sure. So I guess to wrap this up, what do you think Barca needs to change? What do you think needs to improve on?
Oh, that's that's a whole that's a very big question. I'm gonna just give the quick and easy answer. They need to have their injuries back in form. They need to find a proper structure again, and they need their attackers to finish their opportunities. Right,
Sure.
That's the obvious answer. Obviously, there's a much deeper problem here, and we'll see what happens next season. Right, is Messi gonna stay after a game like that? Yeah. Before this game, it was obvious that he's probably gonna stay, even though last year he really wanted to leave. After these big games, and when Barcelona doesn't win these big games, that's not enough for Messi. Messi wants to win titles, and if Barcelona's not there yet, he might have to move on.
For sure. No, I completely agree. I do see like a lot of problems. For me, the biggest problems for you guys is you got outrun in the mid with Cruz and Modric just dictating. Pedri was got outclassed, and that was a huge thing. I think you guys need a revitalization back line, because I know Oscar, you revitalize that freaking back line, because you guys don't have good center backs like the old days with Piqué and Puyol, and you know what? Those were good, solid defenders that produce good games.
And a leader back there too to organize it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's the same thing happened to him. Like we said, the PSG game, he got outclassed on that wing, and that's why he got taken off. And the same thing with having Grease off. I know Grease is not in form, but having Grease up there with the same team that you play with week in and week out, and then changing it, taking Grease out, to me makes no sense.
He changed it and he got it wrong. We needed that. Yeah, we needed Griezmann's, creativity in his movements, his work ethic. You're absolutely right. We got a little bit outclassed, and it was a very hard watch, to be honest. Very, very hard watch.
You know what? I was watching it. Kind of biased to Madrid because Ronaldo used to be there, and I like them. But as a normal, kind of neutral fan, it was a good game, though. You know what? 2 crossbars, 2 posts from each team. A lot of attacking soccer. And you know what? Good individual performances from the players here and there. But overall, it was a good Classico. I'd say weather, huge impact. That rain was disastrous. But
man, at one point we could barely see the pitch. It was terrible.
It was crazy.
I was hitting my TV. I was like, "Is this thing working?" It was actually just the conditions.
But anyways,
we'll get ready. We'll get ready for tomorrow's games. Tomorrow's games are still going to be pretty fun. So we'll see you then.
All right. We'll see you guys then too. We'll have another episode of Footy Brews. Thanks again. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll talk to you guys later. See you later.
All right. Footy Brews out.
Footy Brews out.